That was pretty fucking
fire. Boy. That was fire. Welcome everybody to tonight's
fire emojis.
All the fire emojis. Welcome everybody to tonight's Plumes of Hazard. I'm Mass Blast DJ09. And here are my co-hosts. We have Fubaka and wearing some serious bluage. And
it's laundry day, dude.
Last but always least, but not the leastest launchest, the Angstla Vapor.
The Angstla Shalom.
Angstla. You know his screen has to have fucking spray over it from all that.
You see how I open it though.
You've been blaming the condensation on vape this whole time in your monitor?
That's exactly right. And you know that that's freaking Diet Coke, so that is fucking etching the glass. It's a glass etcher, so he's got little dots everywhere. It's like a moonscape. Moonscape. He feels it every so often when he cleans it. So what's happening, y'all?
There's a guy who went to high school we kind of called Moonface.
I have a second.
Oh.
I have a second setup handy, but I think I left it upstairs.
Fashionably late as usual, they say. Well, you know.
Actually, we're about 2 minutes early today, so shut the fuck up.
I mean, we can roll the intro again.
the intro was.
Dude, roll it. That shit was fire, yo. Do it again.
Masty wouldn't play it for us beforehand. I didn't know.
And then we wonder why our user base drops.
Hey, if they can't hit a little dank tunage every now and then. That's
oh my God, they've been playing trap shit for the first 5 minutes of the show.
Sarcastic Vapor's right. He says they're not fashionably late. They're more late, less fashion.
You know what's funny though? You remember, I don't know, a few years ago of doing this show when people were like, "Oh my God, the intro is so long," and it was like 15 seconds, and now you get fucking 5 minutes of intro when you say something.
I mean, would you rather us show you our asses and such? I know they do that elsewhere.
Oh man. Wait, actually, would you rather us talk about our sponsors?
Hey, yo, Matt, let's be real. I've been trying to get a chip/snack sponsorship for us for like a little bit.
I know. I'm so jealous.
That's the sponsorship I care about.
I'm so jealous that Smarter Every Day just got sponsored by HelloFresh. I'm like, you bastard. I'm like, must be nice. Yeah. I saw his latest video. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
What's he do?
He's got suppressors that are see-through on the end of a gun. Yes. It is badass. You need to check it out.
That's latest cool.
Video. Yes.
That guy's awesome. He was really, really cool. And how he involves his kids and stuff is just freaking cool. He's a cool dude. Yeah. I haven't watched the channel in a little while. I need to pull that up.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Yeah, the latest one, he's got fully, machine suppressors, and they have, kind of like a plexi cover over them, so you can actually see everything moving through the baffles. It is really cool. So, but anyways, yeah, we don't have those kinds of sponsors. As a matter of fact, we don't have any sponsors. So that's how we roll.
It feels like just about anybody can get an Audible sponsorship because that's like the first one. Wait, and Dollar Shave Club.
A Dollar Shave Club, yeah.
You see everywhere.
Well, they're going to lose. Well, I mean, maybe they'll make some money on you, but they'll lose money on me and Ahmed.
That's true.
Probably like, nope, none of that.
That's true. We do average like 0.75 of a person here on this show for razor usage.
You know who I'd like to get a free trimmer from? You know the company that like your barber probably uses, the Andis buzzers. Dude, you know the one they use to get super close and they shape you. I need one of those, dude. It's like $130. I'm like, that works so good though.
Yeah. My barber uses one that sounds like the old fucking clipping mowers, you know, the old display mowers. It's because it sounds like it's got a fan in it. It's like, and that's what he does the fade in the back with. I'm like, man, I was like, I don't even want to know how much that was. And you know, they got to buy all their stuff. So when they have a chair, they're just renting that chair out.
That's like the hardware, like just having a few different trimmers, like good scissors. That's like $1,700 in gear alone.
Yeah. Yep. So
and that's so you don't suck at, you know, lining up modders' beards and such.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely don't go to Dogmon's beard cutter.
I've got back when I still had the hair, and I was going to a barber. I had the barber that I used was this awesome dude. He was probably, I don't know, back when I was, you know, late teenager, early 20s. This guy was, I don't know, late 50s. So, you know, well older than me at the time, and but was just a good old boy. I mean, it was trucks and fishing and hunting, and that's basically all he talked about, right? So with most people, when you go in and you're like bullshitting with your hair cutter person, most of the time it's pretty boring, whatever, right? This guy would be talking about how he was out hunting with his buddy, and they rigged up a new smoker that he tows around the back of his trailer, or his other buddy that was drank too much went hunting and lost a toe. I mean,
did you go to the same barber from Gran Torino? Hey, how are you doing, you Polish bastard?
I always thought that's kind of like a bartender, right? Where you have to have all these stories because people are just gonna fucking talk to you, you know. And it's good when you go to a barber and they actually talk to you, not, you know, sit there and, you know, they don't say anything. They're just a robot. So, but
yeah. You know what we don't do very often that we probably should do more?
What's that?
Hi, everybody. Just like say hello to everybody in the chat. I don't feel like we do that well enough.
I know. We have like 3 people in chat. Hello.
But like we call out like Addy Tooney, and we'll call out Mooch. Of course, you call out Mooch all the time.
Yeah.
We don't say hello.
You can't say his name before he shows up.
Sorry.
Yeah, well,
You've only said it once. It's not like Beetlejuice, right? You gotta say it.
Now you're gonna jinx it. But yeah, what up, everybody in chat? I mean, and you know, people who are listening after the fact, which is probably like nobody. But you know, thanks for checking it out. So, because we don't have an Audible subscription,
it's true.
So, but you can catch us afterwards on the little YouTubes and add a comment. Hopefully, a good comment. You know,
you can find us on Patreon, Big Cartel.
Fucking Patreon.
GoFundMe.
I wonder how much
Kickstarter.
I wonder how much the cut is that Patreon keeps. Does anybody know? Somebody in chat.
I think it's like 10%.
I'm sure we got some elitists in here that have a Patreon.
I feel like it's 10%. I could be wrong about that. Maybe that's Kickstarter.
Duro said, "Thanks for no paywall." I know that's the bit. You know, remember when all of a sudden that was the latest rage for kids is driving neighbors wild. It was all the news organizations putting up a fucking paywall. Like nobody wants to see that shit anyways. Click, turn that shit off. You know, you gotta pay this to read the news. No, I don't. I just go somewhere else on the fucking internet and read it.
So I logged in obviously to the Plumes account to set up the show tonight, and there's the notifications ping up there when people have left comments on videos, and I try to keep up with, like when I put a review out or something, I keep up with it for about a month or so. I'll pull it up every couple of days.
Welcome, Mooch. Fucking got him too. As soon as I saw him come in, I saw that little freaking fire emoji he's got, a little fire emoji, and got him.
Well done.
I had to be paying attention. See, you called his name and boom, he shows up.
There you go.
He'll hard short that labia.
Oh God.
Yikes. I have no idea how that comes through on the other end when I'm right up to my mic. I imagine it's creepy enough.
That sounds like you're in my ear.
It's perfectly creepy. Well done.
Yeah. Okay,
Anyway,
sorry,
so
continue.
I try to keep up with the comments, for a little while anyway. But like on previous shows that's older than the last one, I'm probably not going to see it. But I did. Their understudy got a comment on his billet box review that I saw it, so I clicked on it, and it was like, man, if I'm going to buy a mod and I can't even build on it, fuck it. Like he's just upset about the bill.
He should have replied, he doesn't work for us anymore.
The views expressed on this video are no longer represented on the show.
Yeah, the views expressed on this video don't fucking matter. The dude disappeared. Actually, wait, we can't say he's been terminated. We can just say he doesn't work for us anymore because of liability. So that way we can't say he's been fired or he quit or anything like that. We just say he's no longer with us.
The time window that he worked here.
Yeah,
that's it.
He's no longer with us. So there you go.
Oh, thanks. Or Church says hit the thumbs up to show them some love. Well, that's very nice. We don't ask for that, but
please like, subscribe, and share at the end of the episode, which I know you're not going to stick around for.
I think we've said that a total of like 3 times. So like, subscribe, and share. Click wherever fucking YouTube moves the fucking buttons all over the place. Click here and here and here and on Ahmed's head. No, don't click that one.
I figured it was on like any time we were trying to win that end of year internet popularity contest. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Charles said, "I've seen him on the Plumes of Fitness."
I think he's talking about running under the bridge study 77. You can also catch him on Garmin.com as I don't even know what name he would use on there.
Grundle Buddy.
Something about tummy sticks, I'm sure.
Yeah. Running like I got the shits. 77.
I saw a really funny license plate that I forgot I photographed.
Uh-oh. Let's see it.
1 second.
While you pull that up. Oh. Click on you.
Oh my god, that is great.
That's a really weird license plate.
That is.
Like just to drive around?
Can I get that picture so I can draw on it and make it Shawan?
You absolutely can, actually.
Make it Shawan. R.I.P. in pieces, Shawan.
Or after I go to a halal card, be R.I.P. shawarma.
That's pretty good.
The reason I brought up the previous comments, by the way, is because one of the other ones that I saw was from a show like forever back, like a month ago, and they said it would be nice if you held up what you're vaping on for more than 2 seconds.
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Because we zoom through that, and we zoom through the.
Do we have newer viewers that don't know what we vape on the break?
Hey, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry.
Maybe they just haven't subbed. Maybe they just.
I'm sorry, Charlie Murphy. I was having too much fun.
That's right. It's a valid question, though. It's a valid question.
It is.
Speaking of which, Foo, what's your vape on tonight?
Well, we have a limo.
A limo.
I'm at 2 seconds, 3 seconds.
That's from the Philippines.
From the Philippines. And where's my zoom? The zoom.
All you want to do.
Where's the zoom?
Zoom.
Bam. I gotta give the Delon a little bit of a polish, but yeah. This is what it looks like. It's square. It's Filipino. It's shiny in the front.
Shiny in the front, dull in the back.
There's a Fastech silk bottle in here. There you go. That's a Squonk compartment. They do. I guess the square bottles would work cool in here, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And all right,
that thing stood up. That thing stood up for you, the limo.
Oh, it has. It came. I mean, it's solid. It's heavy. Do you not remember the day we did a show?
Mm-hmm.
I just taken off my shoes. I just came in and I had my hand. I dropped it and it landed square on my foot. The Look at this shit. Does this look like this? This does not fuck around. This is like the densest part of the mod right here, and it cut my foot. And you know me. I got a big old hobbit foot. So I got a big old bone on the top.
Just Christian. No, there wasn't a dramatic. What did he say? Falling out. He decided to start running like Forrest, and he's just been running ever since. He's lost like 150 pounds, and he's just running. Best way to put it.
He's like Forrest. Get running and running.
So
yeah,
there's an art on here. I'm not done showing what I've been vaping on for more than 2 seconds.
It was a valid question to answer.
No.
Yeah, it was.
Actually, this is one
it
of
was
the
a valid question.
That I have.
It was a valid question to ask, and to be honest, he basically just bought everything that was available to buy in the vape world, and then spinner world, and then just had to go to another world to buy
Caught all the
stuff.
Pokemon.
Yeah, he caught all the Pokemon.
He's like, I only recognize 151 as his ruby.
And now he collects fitness apparel, gadget things. I want to get a fucking message from him in a second.
Are you kidding? He's not watching the show.
Yeah, right. Somebody's messaging him.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait,
does he do the pause in GoldenEye? You know when you pause in GoldenEye, you go like this, essentially?
Yeah. Just put the shit up to your face.
It's like, wait, so this keeps everyone here from shooting at you, right? Right. It's like a Flesh Jordy LaForge visor.
Invisibility cloak.
Anyway, so there's a Nard on here with a bell cap with a chipped almond dip. There's Masty in here. Remember the guy that I brought on the show when he wasn't here? This guy right here. Remember, actually, Mast, when you weren't here, I said I have Mast right here, and then I was like this. I was like, magic.
Ooh. Of course, you have to show the bigger, fatter bottle. That's fine.
I don't use the smaller bottles, dude. I put this straight into the refiller joint. Last, but not least.
Ooh.
Well, I like that it's white. It's extra glistening.
Dude, it's so white. It's so white. It's like glowing.
Wait.
Put that. Yeah. I believe that needs some kind of like music or something like that. I don't know. I don't even know what to play with that.
I don't know either.
Jeez.
Some opera, maybe? No, opera is going to fuck us hard on the cup. So apparently, someone told me that H3 died for our sins, and we can use YouTube content on our show as long as we give it some kind of critique after.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Like DJ Snake puts out a new beat. Hey, it sounds like everything else he's put out. That counts as a criticism. Fair use.
Nice.
Yeah. That lawsuit was pretty cool. I heard that he had like won the lawsuit or whatever, and I was like, what lawsuit is he doing? And I watched the video where they kind of went over it. It was really interesting, and I don't know how much that only applies to New York or if it applies elsewhere, but like that was it seemed like a pretty significant decision in the whole fair use thing.
Yeah.
Because the existing rules are fair use, let's be honest, if you didn't know them. I don't know them front to back, but I know that it was like you were limited by using only like 5 seconds of a clip or 3 seconds or some bullshit.
Yep.
Very hard to work with. So thank you, Ethan. He's the guy who did the Vape Nation video. So he died for your sins.
Nice.
Or at least paid a couple $100,000. One of the two.
Yeah, he died like in his
Pocketbook died.
Pocketbook died. Maybe lost some subs, a little bit of rep. But
Who was it that was suing? Was it the Fine Brothers?
Yeah. Was it?
Was it the Fine Brothers or was it somebody else?
I thought it was a single guy that he made fun of and he wigged out.
Yeah.
But in any case, this is the Titans, the extra glowy Titan Squonker. Like this, this is the money angle right here. Screen cap that shit.
We can do That's all we got.
Yeah, that's all you can do. Stop.
That's all you get.
I got it. I can whistle that synth all day, every day. Don't worry.
There you go.
So we have a Droga, or the Daredevil RDA, as I like to call it. Come on now.
Because it's pretty much the Daredevil logo.
Come on now.
Now you gotta make sure you say that that's a beta. alpha.
It is. It is. I think this is the first prototype, actually.
Mhm.
Right.
The first working prototype of it. Just saying.
Yeah.
What do we have in here? This is the drug RDA with the double helix design, JS cap.
To be honest, I didn't even know we were supposed to talk about it yet.
Oh, I asked Eric during the week.
Oh, okay.
Because I hit him up before. I'm like,
I
should
didn't either.
Instagram this?
I didn't either, but I was just gonna say it's his fucking fault. I know nothing about it. I'm just gonna point.
No, he's just like, dude, he's like, blast that shit. I'm like, okay. But yeah.
There you go.
But anyway, I'll talk more about that in my news. But there's
I should have played this honestly. in honor of Eric,
Busting all the balls.
but yeah, he's also got a 2700 Titan in the works. That's going to be I'm going to be doing some work on it here in about a week or two when I get the stuff in, and then he does this thing and they'll be up on the site. So be on the lookout for that too.
so
Both in series and parallel.
So this is the Titan Squonkin. I don't think is there a name for it yet. I don't think there is. But even if there was, I wouldn't fucking tell you.
Yeah.
Really quick, just if you don't want to squonk the regular way, you could just do that. But that was a joke.
There's a question in chat. Shane Hammond is asking if it was 3D printed.
Yes.
The answer is yes.
Yes, it is. There's snowdrift in here. 4.5 milligram snowdrift. It's delicious. Yeah. Bad boy. Thanks.
Yes. Tonight, when this last week, I've mostly been vaping on a mod the mod that is through on my desk, and I hope I didn't break it. I didn't break it. Is the Limelight Freehand MOSFET version. I'm actually vaping on an unregulated mod. Go figure. So it's just that fucking good. I've got the Narda bell cap and an open top on top. Rail cracker inside. The Dia. This is an art mod Dia. On top of there, I have a new atomizer that we're going to be talking about in a few minutes. One of the post-style 11 millimeter tips on top. Sorry, it's dark in here. I don't feel very good. So
Dia's nuts.
So Dia's there. Since it's a new atomizer, just got it today. New to me, rather. I've got rail cracker in there too to get a good flavor base for comparison. And last but not least, Builtbox Rev 4 has got to get pissed in it with an extra set.
Splits wanted you to make sure that you showed what you were vaping on for longer than 2 fucking seconds, please.
Yeah, that worked. I tried to go kind of slower anyway. That's fine. Master, you done vaping for the day?
I am. No vaping.
No vaping. I got a quick vape mail thing we can talk about.
Ooh.
I am once again able to throw parties with my chat.
Whoa. I've just been informed from upstairs that Over the Top, starring Sylvester Stallone, is on TV. It just started.
Wait,
Let me ask what channel.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, wait, I just did it backwards, I guess.
Dude, you have to do it with your hand out. You got to do the man hand. You got to do the arm wrestling hand when you grab your hat. You know, he does it look.
I don't have a trucker hat like that.
No, I mean, you have to handle your hat like that. Yeah. You have the big fucking Stallone hand.
I was actually joking with my wife. She was talking about sign language earlier when we were eating dinner, and she was talking. I was like, "Isn't this R? You know, like with the cross fingers?" And then I realized that it's the width of my hand. I actually can't cross my fingers very well anymore. Like I have to have to tweak it.
Yeah. I can't even tweak it, man.
Yeah.
Fucking sausage links you guys are working with.
I make fun of my fingers all the time. They're like barely functional sausages that I use for fingers.
Can you live long and prosper at least?
Of course.
The worst is upside down, inside out, over the transmission, and you're trying to just get that one bolt. The sausage is not working. Like I'm just tearing my fingers up. Nope. Can't get it.
Yeah. And I don't know what it is because obviously, while I am a bigger dude, like my fingers aren't. It's not like there's a lot of meat on it or fat or anything on it. They're just. My knuckles are far apart.
It's just everything else.
Yeah, it's everything. It's just. I think it's just that. I think that's the only problem.
Yeah.
How do I feel like a single finger is no problem, horror, right? It's the crossing that I can't do very well.
Well, especially the back crossing. It's like shocker, flipping somebody off, rock and roll. None of that's a problem, right? It's just crossing the fingers going sideways.
It's actually good to keep your fingers like sharp.
What?
Doing the poker chip shuffle between your fingers.
Oh, I'm sure. I used to be able to do that. I haven't tried that in a long time.
With that, or what I like to do, my fidget spinner is a pen.
Yeah. Or the old drumsticks, which I used to
drumsticks, pens, like whatever.
But I never got into like flipping between the fingers. I always did the around the thumb like debate style flick. That's how I flipped a pen, is just around the thumb. That's basically the only thing I end up doing quickly.
But
until you drop that pen and it marks on something that you shouldn't have. You're like, fuck.
Oh, no. You make sure it's clipped down. You make sure the cap is on.
See, that's horror. I was actually talking to somebody just the other day about the different ways to flip somebody off. And he said the curled finger flip off is the best. Like and you can tell me when you guys were little and you learned what flipping the bird was. Like it was the hard flex.
Yeah.
However, Stone Cold was doing it, man.
Yeah.
But later on, I kind of like just like the half lazy one, just like yeah. Otherwise, it's like too much effort. Like it shows an amount of I don't care about you enough to even bother just doing it. Just
that's the Stone Cold flip right there.
Yeah. I think you get the more enthusiastic British version, and
at least when I was growing up, people still did these, and they did these quite a bit. So those are more of my favorite ones.
or the thumbnail.
It's more pronounced. You're just
dead air. Well, I catch up on chat apparently. That was a random thing. I wasn't expected to talk about flipping people off tonight. So there you go. To put away all my shadow. So I did get a new thing of shadow. By the way, the several of the new packages are freaking awesome. Like these freaking cool blue wave ones, and it's some really good ones.
Dude, he sent me. So at first, I was a little upset that I didn't get a Kit Kat in my package. At the same time, I don't like a soft Kit Kat. I don't like waiting for them in the fridge. I didn't, but you know what? He sent me something even better.
What did he send us?
He sent me a biscuit, which was okay. It was like had a little bit of blackberry jam in the center type dough.
There you go, Ahmed.
Yeah, there you go. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't like Budweiser.
So I actually saved one of mine because I had 2 Kit Kats. This one's got like toffee on the top. Holy crap!
Wow, fancy.
Saved it just for the show. Kendo or KGD cotton? 0. None of the above, Christian. This is Chato Sand cotton. This is the Plumes of Hazard version, but it's the same shit. Chato cotton for the win. That's all I've used. So in 2003, I first started building K-funds and drippers and stuff with silica and eco wool and that kind of thing because that's what we were using. Then I heard of somebody using cotton on ECR, I think, and I went through the whole thing. I was boiling cotton balls and what did Grim recommend for a while? The peaches and cream unbleached cotton yarn. Tried that. It was not good. Went back to cotton balls.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I still got a baggie of it in there. Boiled, and then I bake it, at like 200 degrees to get it to dry it back out. I've still got it in there.
Just in the name. No. That's like butthole glue cream. Why?
So and then I went up to a shop not too far from here, and the guy that runs that was one of the first guys in Hemo, and he had this fancy cotton or whatever, and it was like a pad. I was like, really? So he gave me 1 pad of it just because he was being a nice guy, because it was fucking amazing. And then later after that, you started hearing about the Kogendo and the Muji and all this other stuff coming out. And I ordered that stuff, and none of it was as good as that first one that I had. Anyway, I eventually tracked down Shadow, and that's all I've used since sometime 2013. It's amazing. It's good stuff. Fucking old school. That's right. Hey, right now on this show, there's a combined 237 years of vaping.
Yeah.
Experience.
It was 254. Then R.I.P. Sean, and then now it's 237.
Yeah. I mean that's
increíble.
But yeah, I got my Shadow in on.
I think that deserves like 50 Patreons. Don't Patreonize me.
No, did we make that a show title?
I don't know. Did we? We should.
Okay. So the show was breaking the Patreon archy, and I think I said that during a show. I was like, "Don't Patreon." I think it was when even when Biggles joined us.
And before everybody fucking starts with their bitch ass comments on our YouTube video, hey, if you have Patreon, more power to you. If this is what you do, get your money. We just don't. Because we are the Plumes of Hazard.
That's the way it is. I get a couple questions in chat. No, I just lost it. What's the resistance? Joshua Miller's asking what the resistance on the Limelight. I was running like about between a 0.45 and a 0.5 on this originally when I got it. But Will recommended once I got because he's had a MOSFET version longer than I had. He said to go down a little bit more. So I wrap a 0.4 on here. This is a parallel 27 gauge 4.5 wrap, 3 millimeter. It's 0.4. It's just right.
You get that crack-lockle factor on there?
It's real light. That was such a good intro. We got a lot of good feedback on it. There's several comments about that last week.
Yeah, someone said the comments the best intro ever. I'm like, did we do the AHA one as well? Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you drop it right now? Actually, I kind of feel like watching if you have the video.
I just dropped the audio. I don't know. Maybe we'll do it at the end of the show.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So why use Shadow? Shadow is the thing about Shadow versus cotton bacon, which is fine wick. There's nothing wrong with cotton bacon and other kinds of like Pima cotton or whatever, the kind of like loose cotton. There's nothing wrong with it, but the problem is making sure you get the right density of your wick. And one of the things I like about Shadow over any of that other stuff, including most of the other pads, is the density is real consistent. Pad to pad, if you get the right width for the coil that you're making, it's the same thing every time. Boom, 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 boom. And then the other thing is how clean it tastes. I've used a good bit of Kogendo and Puffs. Puffs to me was the worst. I didn't like Puffs at all. Kogendo was okay. There was that other stuff that I don't remember what it was called.
Cotton
it was like a four-letter word, like I don't remember what it's called. Anyway, that stuff was actually pretty decent, and I still historically, back when we were reviewing stuff more often, I would buy that off of Koga.
Koga? Yeah.
Okay.
It's K-O-G-E or
K-O-G-A or something like that. Yeah. Anyway, that stuff was actually pretty good. It was super cheap. But for me, I never understood somebody dropping, $100, $150 on an atomizer and $500 on a mod and then putting like cheap ass cotton in it. It puts some good stuff in there. It's worth it. It works really well. The flavor is really solid. There's no break in. You're not peeling off skins, which is disgusting.
I was telling Biggles, actually, I was giving him a lecture because one, he didn't bring his Narda. He came over. I was going to build it for him, and I was telling him I'm gonna give you some Shadow because he's Mr. Smoke Coils.
Yeah.
And he had what's it called? I don't remember what juice it was, but I tried it. I'm like, you got to put this on a rebuildable dog. For one,
yeah.
Narda, he likes the Narda enough that I was telling him he's like I'm not yet. And trying things kind of like, dude, if you like your juice, you'll like it better on Shadow.
It's true. And the funny thing is, if you buy it through the group buys that we put on all the time, And no, we don't get a cut of that. It's just we just batch together a bunch of orders, and he gives us a good price. And I pay for it too. It's like $5, which means it's like $1 a pad. And I go through like a pack every like 2 months or something. Like,
yeah, and that's changing often too.
Yeah,
you know,
after one pad, you only use about 20% of the pad per strip.
Nah. And more importantly, if I use regular pads, I have to Scottish roll them. Like, and not like the OD one, but what I do is I cut a slightly thicker wad and I peel off the top layer and I pull it out a bit and then I roll it up. You don't have to do that with Shadow.
No.
You know, it just works, and it's very nice to cut too. It's a neat cutting cotton, not messy. So how long? I mean, I know Anksy's been using it for like ever. I'm trying to think. When did we do our first group buy? Was that when I first got it?
It's been a while.
I feel like it was actually. I think you had used some of mine and Sean's before.
Yeah.
I don't think you had bought any until we did that first group buy 2 years ago.
Yeah, I remember I was using it as far back as my K-Fun Light. So yeah, I've been using it for a bit.
Yeah. That's good shit. The only thing I didn't use it in was the rose, actually. The rose I never used it in because I was using that BioWick stuff. And the only reason I did that is because it was super convenient form factor to get in the rose, because the rose is kind of a pain in the dick to wick. And that thing, it just worked better, that stuff. It's basically like string, but it worked pretty well. It tasted good. You can use a pad to wick a rose, but it's just harder. It was just a lot easier with the string. I still got some of that somewhere.
Cotton Man? What about Cotton Man?
Cotton Man worked well with the washed kind. The not washed stuff had a funk. It's got those natural oils and waxes and shit in it.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Not okay.
A little bit of matte color in it. It's okay.
A little matte color in it. Yeah.
Just a little bit. Just a little taste.
A hint of Montana right in your addy. I got that in my notes. I don't feel like talking.
And by the way, I'm told that Over the Top is coming on channel 198 if you have Verizon, or El Rey as it's called.
El Rey.
I think that's like a channel that randomly you'll find dank movies on some nights.
Right on.
And this was one of those nights.
Jade Klein said I cut random socks into strips and I don't pay for shit.
Oh, you paid for those socks.
I did joke about the Plumes shirts or whatever. I joked about having an XD special that was silk screened, like having dotted lines on the sleeves.
Yeah.
And then
with cut here.
Yeah.
Like, what's his face in GTA, Trevor? He has like a tattoo on his neck. It's like a perforated line cut here.
Joshua Miller, where does Shadow get it from? It's a good question. He's been pretty secretive about it, but at the same time, really cool. I think the line that he said that I could use was that he gets it from his family. So he's got family in Japan, and they're involved in the creation of that. I think that's that. He's told me a little bit more, but I don't think I'm supposed to talk about it. So it's definitely not just like rebranded puffs. It's not. You can visually see that it's not. It's different. It's a little bit. It's a little bit special. It's good.
I forgot to mention before. So he sent me with my cotton a dark chocolate covered macadamia nut. There's like 2 of them.
Yes. It's good. Pretty good. Every time he sends me the macadamia nuts, not only do they melt, but the chocolate ends up getting that white, like having been.
Oh, it was perfect when I got it. I was surprised because it's gotten warm here the last week, so I was a little worried.
Yeah, that's too hot here. Too hot. Flint says all this talk about cotton is pretty racist.
Bend the knee.
Hey, this isn't like the bag kind of racist. This is like Japanese cotton. That's not okay. That's okay, right? Are we gonna? Yeah, I think so, Master. We can at least mention it.
Okay, because I got it.
Good. Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
So I'll start it off. Let me start the first part. So something that I was talking to Dean a little while back. So Dean, and he's actually been on the show a couple of times. Dean from Coil Vapes, and he's got a seasonal kind of thing that he did last year that he was bringing back that I was actually kind of pumped about, and he sent over a little care package, and this is the old label, by the way. So ignore this label. He's got fancy ones coming in for it, but
I'll show you the new label.
It's called Sweet Pea with just a letter P. Sweet Pea. And it's a sweet potato pie, which I'm pretty excited about it, to be honest.
Oh, I didn't get that one.
Oh, really? That's the one that I won. That's why I asked him about if he would.
Damn it.
Sorry. I'll let you know if it's any good, and I'll send some over to you.
I got all these weird names.
Yeah. So the other ones, did you hear about what the other ones are?
No.
So he was just going to send over that one.
Mm-hmm.
Which is and this is his new packaging,
Yep.
which is a vanilla tobacco that I haven't tried yet because it just came in today. But the other ones that he sent over were from a company called Mayhem Vapor, and apparently they're a Texan company.
Yeah,
which is cool. But they've got like these corn ones.
Yeah,
there's red corn and blue corn.
Red corn. He got morning corn. That's the poop you take in the morning after you eat corn. You got blue corn. That's the poop you take after eating some ices.
I think it's corn.
You want to know what that one is? This one smells great. Apple butter.
The apple butter, I dripped on my finger, and it does taste good.
Yeah,
I got high hopes for that.
These I'm not sure, but we'll give them a try. But and then we got the Oakland special. Jungle Juice.
So these guys are from Mayhem Vapor. They're in San Antonio. They're here in Texas, apparently. And I don't know why he has them, to be perfectly honest. I'm not sure if they sent him some and he was just passing on the love, or if he carries them in his shop. I guess I need to check that on his page. I thought he just carried his own stuff, but either way. So thank you to Mayhem Vapor indirectly. That's kind of you. By the way, Massey, the corn thing, I looked up on their website. It's kettle corn. So they're different kinds of kettle corn.
Oh, Jungle Juice smells delicious too.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to Sweet Pea because, well, I've never had a sweet potato pie.
Man, you gotta let me know if you get it because I didn't get it.
Dean's in chat. He said it didn't have 0 milligrams. Sorry, I will get you some.
I'll, if you got even a 3, I can do 3. Check it out. I don't know how long they go, or if they have 0, but it's not there. Yeah, that one, man, that smells good. That's definitely up Ahmed's alley.
Yeah, I bet it meant something like that. So there's that. Yeah. So thank you, Dean. That was very kind of you to send over a little care package.
I don't know how it got to my door, to be honest, because it was delivered on Sunday.
What?
Yeah.
Sunday?
Yeah.
It came USPS, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Weird. Maybe
sometimes
he's so big time. He's got Amazon.
Or Popalaka is so fucked. They're like, oh yeah, deliver it on Sunday.
Well, actually, it was funny because the local post office. I don't know if there's any. I mean, I'm sure there's other ones that get worse reviews, but sometimes when they have either time sensitive stuff or it's after hours, they'll send the janitor out to deliver the mail, and he drives it's got a USO license plate, so it's just got like a government license plate on this like Ford Taurus, and I've seen this car like pull up to people's shit and like mess with the mailbox. I'm like, what is going on? Is this the CIA or the DEA coming to get me? I see freaking government plates, and then I asked my mailman one time. They're like, no, they're like, that's the janitor. Sometimes, after hours, he's got to go deliver these packages, and he goes and does it. I'm like,
dude, wouldn't they get in trouble if he got into an accident?
How do you think?
I don't know.
That's the first thing that came through my head. I'm like, wouldn't it be a liability thing?
Why? No, it's a government vehicle that the post office uses.
But I feel like he was hired under different pretenses than a regular carrier would, though. But hey,
maybe.
I guess people their shit.
Nasty. Flitz in chat is saying vaping 0 milligram is like getting a blowjob wearing a condom. I don't know.
This coming from the guy who just sits there and fucking blows through, 56 milligram in his dripper. I believe it.
Exactly.
I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could see this. I could be like, vaping what he vapes on the dripper is like fucking watching Nigel freaking eating breakfast with all kinds of thousands of pounds of pepper.
Yeah. So he's a crazy motherfucker.
Yeah, he shows us breakfast, and it's just nothing but pepper.
Or Flitz might have blown himself with a condom and was like, nope.
Yeah. I believe that. I mean, he probably just came back up and said, yep, 0 milligram.
Flint says, "Aren't you?"
He's just like, nope, I'm not going to step down my nicotine.
He has. Don't you remember last time we talked to him? He's vaping like 6.
I think he's still doing 12 on occasion.
Or maybe it was 12.
He's vaping 6, but he's using 24 as lube. So
he's just
he's got to make it up somehow.
He's restructuring.
Yeah.
True.
So yeah, we have a gentleman, and I use that term loosely. We have a hooligan, let's just say it like that. We have a hooligan that watches the show, and he really wanted me to try one of his favorite atomizers, and he has 2 of them, so he sent one over. This is the Hazard RDTA. I've seen this guy around. It comes in this little wooden, like it's got like a little thing to screw it in the bottom. So it's cute packaging anyway. But the Hazard, I think the first thing that they made was that tank that was very highly rated in general. I never bought one because it's one of those like kind of hypey things where you have to like know the right people and get in the right groups. And I just never did it because at that point I was squonking and it was not something I was willing to kind of chase. And also all the pieces came in like little like spurts and stops. And like you had to like find it in the right store. Like it wasn't even like there, like you, so like if you wanted a drop kit and you wanted a non-silly looking top cap, and you wanted the tank, and you wanted the single coil tank, but not the dual coil tank. It was just there was too much to jack with, right? So I never bothered getting one. Yeah, but I did hear some pretty good things about the RDDEA. So he sent it over, and I really appreciate that. So thank you, sir. I appreciate you lending me this. It's here. It looks really, really good. It's super simple and classy, except for the little very Hussar kind of top cap with the little fins and stuff on top. It's got a really weird thing going on. So you see, it's about the size of a dripper, right? Let me get it back down there. It's the size of a relatively tidy dripper. Even it's not very big, but the thing that's catch is it's actually a tank. It's a tiny little tank. So it's basically it ends up being kind of a if you want to say it like kind of a reservoir on the bottom there. And the only like letters that you can see on there are on the body itself under the top cap. So when the top cap's on, you don't see the serial number stuff, which is cool. It's got a really wacky deck, and the airflow. So the airflow comes down from the sides, and it's kind of like milled into the deck, which I think is kind of interesting.
Interesting.
And the top cap looks a lot like a Jenny top cap, in that it's it's really, really cut out. And you can see that little slot at the very top is keyed. So the whole thing is keyed to go. Where is it? Right here. Right, that little nubbin there goes into the top cap, so that way it stays in the right spot. So you can just adjust it, the airflow all the way down or all the way open. It's really easy. You can fill it here in that little guy, but it's also got another bleeder hole here on this side. But the other thing that's really neat is it squonks. And I just apparently it was fuller than I thought it was. I thought I was going to be able to give it a little squeeze. But it does squonk, so you can fill up that tiny little tank with a squonker, which is nice. So it's pretty good. I unfortunately was super busy today, and it just came in today, and I didn't get time to play with it too much. I did drop a build or 2 in it. It's good. It's not great yet. I still have some playing to do, I think, to get it to sing a little bit better. It's missing a little bit of flavor density for me. The air is nice, and it seems to be really, really well built. In fact, it's quite hefty. It's got a lot of steel in it. It's got a lot of gravity in it, ABE would say. But it's good. But again, it's not its fault. I literally like threw a build on it and then went back to work today. So I've been using it. It's good. I want to play with it some more. I mostly just want to give it a little first impressions. It's good. He also sent something else over that I do not have time to look at. I'll look at that later. Uh-oh. What? Oh, gotcha.
No, it's just
I saw notifications that something broke. I'm like, oh, what broke?
Yeah.
Something else.
Yeah.
I have one more thing to talk about. We can talk about it later. I feel like I've been talking a lot. Somebody else talk.
Ahmed.
Well, we have a rapist. No, we don't. So I got this. He came. He busted my bulbs. He left me with this. 2 Sundays ago. Yeah, so this is finally happening. This is the first prototype, meaning I've been using it for a week, and there are already being changes made to this one. So it's still figuring this shit out. Mm-hmm. And here's what I will say about this, though, this rough prototype. I will say that I wish I had a fresh battery down here because, yeah, I've been operating more upstairs the last week, so I've had half of my vape shit on my dining table. It's been kind of great, actually. But this thing hits really nice. Yeah, this battery needs to be changed. Mass, play some funny shit. I'm gonna go grab a battery.
Okay.
I just leave it. That's what it just said.
Anyways, while he does that, as we're talking about batteries, I have to mention we're going to go through the Mooch bench test results at this time, and then we'll mention the funny part at the end because I'm sure you're going to pick up on it. So to start off, we have the AWT 35 amp. 3500 mAh 18650, and he calls it a laughably overrated, and it's only an 8 amp battery. Do not buy it. Again, that's the AWT 35 amp 3500 mAh 18650. Next, we have the AWT Red 35 amp 3000 mAh 18650. Ridiculously overrated. It's not IMR. Don't buy it. Okay, it says 35 amp on the wrap, and it's overrated. So garbage. And last but not least, the AWT Black 50 amp 3000 mAh 18650, obscenely overrated. Do not buy. Okay, so it's got 50 amp on it on the wrap, and it's pretty much a Sony VTC6 rewrap, performing and appearing identically to that cell. So he rated the VTC6 as at 19 amps. So you could tell. But I'm wondering if he's running out of names to call these, because he goes laughably overrated, then ridiculously overrated, and then obscenely overrated,
posthumously overrated.
Pretty much, I think. And I know Mooch is in chat. Pretty much, don't buy AWT batteries. I mean, three in a few days, and they're all garbage. So at least buy what they're saying on the label. So
you ought to buy some Sonys. Actually, I got some of these in the last week.
Yeah. So and he's got all the test results and graphs over on the eSig forum, and we'll post one of the links. Anxie, if you can post that for me.
Hey, Fu, is Massey frozen to you?
Yeah.
Damn it! He went away from the screen too.
Well, I got the thumbnail.
Yeah, that's
he's got himself a bit of a derp face there, but I got it. I'm opening up Paint right now.
I don't know what happened. I was sitting there, and all of a sudden, you said, "Hey, I could hear you guys fine," but then you said, "Hey, is Messi frozen?" And I looked down, and the volume is halfway up, and my face is like this.
Yeah.
So I don't know where I got cut off, but anyways, don't buy the AWT batteries. And I'm gonna post the link in side chat there for Anxie to paste into the YouTube chat. I can't paste it, bro. I can't paste the link.
Why?
I can't paste the link. I ain't got no op. Oops, remove any web addresses. You got no op.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So I just give it to Anxie. There you go. But anyways, you can find all of the graphs and photos and everything there on the e-cigarette-forum.com for that Mooch is done. And also, I believe he's got them. Thanks. Well, I don't know whose face is better, yours or mine.
Well, you're looking like a little digital glitch right now, like in that moment. Like,
I was actually saying.
that makes a lot. That makes more sense now.
I was doing the boom, boom, boom.
So,
anyways, so yeah, so I was trying to fill in while you were getting your battery. There you go.
batteries got. Oh, so yeah, this does come with this little thing. It's like a giant fucking steel rod. This thing's actually really nice. I like this little tab. So actually, I did buy a lot of batteries. I bought like 10 Sony batteries because I think they're still on sale at Lumen right now for $550.
I have to make a correction. There's also the AWT Red Dash Black, which is a 40 amp, 3000 mAh, and that one is enough is enough. Don't buy it. So, I mean, I just saw the other two posts that he made. So the other one is preposterously overrated, and the last one is enough, just don't buy it. So don't buy any AWT batteries.
You need to add Ludicrous to that list.
Let me look, make sure. I didn't see Ludicrous. I think that was it. Yeah. So there you go. AWT sound like shit. Listen to Mooch. You're gonna get a battery blown up in your face.
All right, so I don't have a way to get text on the screen easily, so I'm just going to say this out loud. Dean is talking about the sweet pea and the fact that it's actually a sweet potato pie crumble, and the crumble on top is PECAN and then PRALINE, and those two words, for those that don't know how to say them properly, is pecan praline, not pecan, any of that other garbage, or praline, pecan, praline. There you go.
Mooch, here's what you could say. Your next review, you could say they're overrated like the Giants were coming into the season. There you go. Holy fuck, that was a painful one to watch yesterday. I'm not a Giants fan, but holy shit, that still hurt.
Yeah.
But
I heard about it. I didn't watch it.
61-yarder, time expired by a rookie. Just inside the lower right angle of the
There you go.
upside.
Is that better? Is that what you were trying to say?
What's Bucon?
Buchan pralines, butter bugan. That's how them Maryland boys say it. They say
Bucon.
butter bugan. But ask them. Where's Sean? Get him in here. Ask him, yo, what haven't you? What can you not eat right now? Butter bugan ice cream.
Yeah, no. Sean's like coming here out of fucking when he's like, I didn't set any time aside tonight to come on.
Well, you saw chat. He's got time for something else. Butter bugan. So there you go.
Yeah. By the way, I'm not from Texas. I moved here a long time ago. I was born and raised in the deep south, where we know about pecans and pralines. That's what we make. That's one of the things that we do.
Mr. Praline.
Not pecan pralines. No. It's like friggin' nails on chalkboard, man.
New York City.
New York City.
Man, that's
Getting them pecans and pralines in New York City. They ain't even got trees there. How they gonna grow the pecan? The pecan again is. Oh man.
so you were talking about.
Wait, aren't pecans the ones that are poisonous?
There's a lot of nuts and droops that are poisonous before you process them, but pecans are not one of them.
No? Almonds. Okay. They can't make
almonds and cashews both. And I think
maybe
so bitter almonds when they
maybe it was cashews. Cashews is low hanging, and I think the whole thing is very poisonous, isn't it? Like you have to process them or some shit.
It's toxic. The fruit on the outside, because they're a drupe.
Yeah, they're
a drupe, so they've got like fruit on the outside, and that whole fucking thing is until they dry it and roast it, I think they're contact poisonous. Like, it won't kill you, but it's like an irritant.
But,
Yeah.
Well, not directly poisonous, but when I don't know if you know this, Mass, but when they process almonds for almond milk, they have to make sure they're not bitter almonds. And if they're too bitter, then they end up producing cyanide.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, almonds?
Mm-hmm.
Has some good ideas.
Did you finish talking about the Titan Squonker?
No.
I don't think he did.
You got interrupted, I think.
Sorry.
Well, it's like Titan Squonker / the Drugga RDA. Why do
Mhm.
I have this? You might wonder. Well, when my balls got busted in the midst of it, I'm like, wait. I asked Eric, I'm like, do you happen to have a spare BF Addy in your bag? Because nothing I have is gonna chuck tits like I'm thinking of chucking tits on this mod, and he has like a few of these, so he gave me one of these, and thank you. And so this has been my point of reference. I haven't thrown the Nard on here really or anything. Like, I want to chuck tits. That's what I want to do.
Cemetery Gates just said too bitter of an almond will give you the Hershey squirts. Sorry, Ahmed.
Or you have a bitch stomach.
Oh.
That was well timed.
Hey, you know what? I mean, some of those things that we roll in here,
I tried to stop it before that, but I couldn't get the.
we don't actually provide any like commentary on it. We just do it for sound effects. Is that okay?
Oh,
So anyway, slide door. I'm not gonna show you the inside because there's no point in that right now. It has some contacts. There's a place to put your battery. It has a tab. I showed you that. The button's decent so far. I like the squonking here. It's very nice. You know, I guess I made that joke earlier. You can slide it out and squonk. Need be. Fuck. I'm ill prepared for tonight. I'm supposed to have my stiffy as a reference size-wise, but
Where's your stiffy?
remember I told you half my vape shit's on my dining table? That's half of my vape shit. Anyway, let's get an actual Titan for size.
There you go.
G Titan. Boom. Right. Oh, I need to cut my nails.
Is that a G Titan? Is that a V2?
This is a G plus Titan.
Oh, it's a G plus. Yeah. That's mighty tidy then.
You know, it's just got that angle though. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's a trapezoid. I think it is. No, wait. One.
Certainly not a parallelogram.
no. It's a boilozoid.
But this is Southern trapezoid. It's 3D printed. It's light. You know, taking this thing out a good bit the last week, and I am looking very forward to the revisions and seeing these in people's hands and shit.
It's going to come at an incredible price too. So
That actually, that was one thing I actually forgot to ask him, but don't tell me. Yeah,
nope.
It'll be a
Won't tell
surprise.
I'll just ask Eric.
Surprise, motherfucker.
And I can imagine that these are going to be a good price because Titans are, I don't know, I think they're pretty fucking bang for your buck. As they are, so. And he runs sales on them all the time on top of that. So,
Mm-hmm.
so if you want to get into Squonkin, you want to intro to Squonkin, get yourself a stiffy. If we're going to be doing future runs of those, I hope.
One hopes.
But even still, this would probably be cheaper than most of the other things I see going for $200+. That shouldn't be $200+.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Plus it's made by a dude here in the States that'll actually stand behind it.
Yeah, and he'll take a loss on it if it means you'll be happy.
Yeah.
He's
Make sure your shit works.
He's a good guy. And good friend of mine. So I mean, join the Titan faction group on Facebook. We're a good bunch over there. There's a lot of good conversation. And everyone goes their questions. They trade Titans. They do whatever. So if you're already on one and aren't in there, go. If you want to get one of these at some point, go. If you just want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Illumin 10550, Sony VTC 5As. They're great mech batteries. I bought a lot of them. I needed batteries. I figure I'm going to try to do something different than the 25 Rs for a bit. Yeah, Oh yeah, the fucking Drugga RDA, aka the Matt Murdock RDA. It's a Petri, basically. I'm not even gonna get super detailed.
I'm not clicking on it now. There we go.
It's a fucking Petri, dude.
Yeah.
I'll give you a little bit of zoom.
And the zoom.
See that shit?
Your lighting is weird. It's like
Yeah, I need to reset stuff because
it's haloing.
you know why? Because I changed my tube lights.
All good.
Yeah, your white balances out.
This is cheese colored though. This is for sure. This is accurate.
Velveeta covered.
It's not a bad Addy. I have to. Eric built it with like 22 gauge. It was a pretty fresh build. I thought I'd leave it on there and kind of vape it as is. You know my grass 22 gauge. I like it for flavor and ramp up and everything if you build it right. There's like a 0.14 on here, but it makes your shit get hot so fast, and it takes forever to cool down, and it'll sizzle your cotton if you don't wick it right. And you got to space it, I think, to get an ideal vape out of it. And who the fuck's got time for that?
Not foo.
No tenemos tiempo para. Yes.
No tempo.
No. So I'm gonna slap some. Actually, I before we went live, actually, I cut some 26 that I'm gonna parallel and slap in here because I haven't done parallel 26 in a minute. So yeah, why not? And yeah, Titan Squonks. They happen finally soon. But yeah, you know, we'll keep you posted soon. Yeah, I ain't going anywhere.
I think Eric said he's going to have a few betas sent around to some of the more active Titan people, which is cool.
Yeah. And the 2700 Sky Titans, don't forget. I mean, I don't really have any experience with the battery, but I see how crazy people are for them. So. Nasty, any? What's your beef?
Oh, I talked while you were gone.
Had our mooch news of the week.
Do you want to put on the Benny Hill music then?
I have one more topic to talk about.
Yeah, we still had something else to talk about.
Oh, word.
So one of the reasons I'm kind of beat is I had a really long weekend and I had some like a half-ass head cold and it just low energy. Like it was just sad all weekend. And then I have to fly for a trip for work, which I haven't had to do in a while. I used to, for those that don't know, in my previous life, before about I don't know, 8 years ago, 9 years
before
ago.
Before he was a vaquero.
I racked up like almost 1 million miles on American, right? I used to fly all the time for work, and I've gotten so that now that I'm, I primarily work out of my house. I've become quite a homebody. Like I don't want to go and talk to people.
You don't want to deal with that shit.
I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to meet new people. I don't want to like hang out in some new town. I just want to be home with my wife. That's all there is to it. I just kind of do. So I've got like this pit in my stomach, and I'll get a pack here in a little while. And if I was telling the guys earlier, if there was a show that I was gonna like just bounce out on, it would have been probably tonight. I just don't feel like it. But putting on the game face and we get it done because
at least you're not a herb while you're like actually around people who work from home.
Yeah, I just don't want to deal with this shit. I just don't want to get on a plane and drive or fly for 4 hours and then get there and get a car and drive for an hour and a half to get to where we're going. I just don't want to deal with any of that shit. Anyway, so the topic.
Would you be more open to it if you had someone to drive you?
If I had somebody to drive me?
Yeah,
no.
Word. I feel like that's like the nice thing. I feel like if I have to drive after I fly, I'm like,
well, not only do I have to
someone just Jesus take the wheel.
Yeah. Not only do I have to get up at dark 30 and fly for 4 hours, and then get there and get a car and drive for an hour and a half, then I have to go to work for like the whole day. Like it's just not my optimal day. I'm not a morning person.
Bump a couple lines, I guess, your best case scenario.
That's probably a good idea. I'll keep that in mind. So I've been trying to figure out what I'm going to bring, and of course this is going to come with me because my gloom isn't home yet. So this guy will come with me. I'm pretty sure what I'm going to have on me is probably this in my backpack, and I think I'm going to bring this. I'm going to give this thing a little wackadoo. I don't know that that's going to work very well, but I'm going to give it a shot. Mostly because it's got 25 in it, and if I need like a quick and then ghost it, I used to carry the Jewel for that, and I think since the Jewel doesn't fucking work, I'll probably take this.
That's super slim too.
Yeah, super slim. I think this is going to fit in some dress pants, a little bit better than this guy, which is I mean, dress pants. We like this. Well, yeah, dude.
Well, and you can just throw that on the little tray, and they ain't gonna say nothing about it.
Yeah. I mean, they never get any shit about anything anyway, unless your juice is in your juice bag. And sometimes not even that. Like I've walked through security with this with juice in it. I've walked through security with this with juice in it, and they just I don't care. Maybe I look. Like not a terrorist. I don't know.
I had a few. My laptop bag got flagged when I was going up to DC, and I had a few. I don't know. I didn't know why, but I had a few of some protein bars in there. Yeah. And they are wrapped in metallic.
And
it looked like fucking sticks of dynamite. I'm like, that's all I can see on the screen. I'm like, well, okay. They look like.
I promise they're not what they look like. They're just ass dynamite. Just
butthole dynamite. But.
So yeah, that's what's on my plate later tonight. I've got to rebuild this. This is probably okay. I just rewigged that the other day, and then get all this shit packed up. I think what I'm actually gonna do is fill up the 60 floppy, and I think that's probably gonna be enough squonking liquid for 3 days. I think that probably would be enough. I might take another 30 too, just to be safe, and then probably a 30 or 2 of get pissed.
You think the floppy will be all right with the pressure?
Yeah, I think so. The reason.
Oh, because
It's gonna get harder at higher elevation.
I think it'll be okay. Plus, I'm gonna fill it all the way. So I'll fill it all the way up and then give it a good seal. I bet this thing will be fine. I mean, it's super airtight.
People are saying in chat that you seem fucking excited for this trip for sure. And if you guys didn't know, Anxie also does hotel reviews. So they send them to different hotels in the U.S. And he has to be there for a minimum of 3 days. So that's, annoying. So because you have to stay in a hotel, you have to have like a dB meter to measure noise and light and all that other stuff.
He starts off with every review with, of course, keep fucking vaping here.
Yep.
But they provide great plastic bags.
So horror, I am not checking bags. I never check bags on a business trip. I always carry on, and you can't check your 18650s anyway. Right. They have to come on the cabin with you because it's pressurized. And you can check other things like like a mod that doesn't have them in there, but that's a bad idea. As much as I've flown, you don't ever put anything valuable in your check bag.
If you're shit near you.
Yeah, especially nothing small and valuable.
My backpack, I'll put my chargers and shit in my carry-on and my my batteries. But in my backpack, dude, those are my mods.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah, always carry on your stuff. If it's
clothes and dildos, that's the only thing that gets checked.
Unless you hear Flitz and have the black Zanu.
Well, he checks. He just said he checks a black light to measure the semen. So
I can remember Sean was telling the story of the first vape bash we went to. He gets stopped by security and gets his shit searched. Meanwhile, Flitz is not far behind him with a giant black dildo mod. It goes right through.
Yeah, they used to that.
I'm sure you've seen that. I'm sure you've seen that. The carousel thing out there with that dildo. That's always funny.
Or the random videos of people throwing him and sticking him to things.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's about time for us to bounce out. Thank you very much for joining us this week on Plumes of Hazard.
Don't forget to click and subscribe and thumbs up and punches and whatever.
They're on my wish list.
Yeah, I think we've been at the same level of subs for like the last year or two.
Yeah, that's good. It's all right.
Hey, that means we're consistent, man. If nothing else, we are consistent. Consistently unprofessional. All right, everybody. Have a great week. Y'all take it easy. Peace.
Yo!
The thing goes
What bird has the most elaborate, the most complex, the most beautiful song in the world?
Yo, God, the thing goes skitty kid pop pop, and the poop poop boom, skia, toot 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 toot.